With humble beginnings in 1953 by late Reverend Chadwara, Samaritans UK was established as a helpline to support those who are suicidal. Samaritans became the world's first ever helpline for suicide prevention and befriending service. Joan Hamilton, a widow of a British military personnel who lost her husband during World War II, a compassionate lady who served as a volunteer at Samaritans, left London in 1971 to marry an old friend in Sri Lanka. Right Reverend Lakdasa Dimel, the first bishop of the Church of Ceylon Diocese of Kurunegala, and settled down in Kurunegala. On their visits to the ancestral home of Bishop Lakdasa, situated at Horton Place, during an evening of cordial conversation, Right Reverend Lakshman Wickramasinghe, the Bishop of Kurunegala, the successor to Right Reverend Lakdasa Dimel, suggested to John to commence a place for people to come and speak about their grievances, similar to Samaritans. Later, with the encouragement of the then Bishop of Colombo, Right Reverend Cyril Abhenayaka and Bishop Lakdasa Dimel, John agreed to start a branch of the Samaritans in Colombo. This initial conversation led to further discussions with the then President and the Governor of Ceylon, William Gopallava, and several other stakeholders. With the guidance of Reverend Chadwara and with much support and encouragement by late Dr. Vijay Rama, late Mr. Mansoor Gauss, and several others, including our dearly loved Nalini Ellavala, Sumithraya was established at the Social Service League at Deans Road, Maradana, on the 15th of June 1974, becoming the first ever crisis helpline in Sri Lanka. As per the records, Sumithraya was established as the 15th branch of Befrienders International, which is the coordinating body of all befriending services established following the footsteps of Samaritans. With its expansion of services, Joan and her family donated the plot of land facing Horton Place on the 5th of October 1976 in memory of late Sir Henry Dimel, father of late Right Reverend Lakdasa Dimel, who sowed the seed of establishing Sumithrayo. On the invitation of Joan Dimel, the founder of Samaritans, Reverend Chadwara visited Sri Lanka for the laying of the foundation stone on the 17th of October 1976 and the opening of the current building in October 1978 at 60B Horton Place, where we are still today. The increasing demand for the service was catered with the establishment of other branches, beginning with Kandy and expanding to 8 other branches. Sumithraya befriending began with face-to-face befriending, letters, telephone calls, and thereafter to emails and Skype befriending, and now has expanded to WhatsApp befriending services, opening the door to those living overseas. As a close connection was found between addiction and suicide, Sumithrayo Drug Demand Reduction Program Melmadura, an ancillary, was established in 1984 to cater to the increasing issues of drug and alcohol addiction. Today, Melmadura is equipped to handle any form of addiction and rehabilitation in its own unique methods, with the honorary service of multidisciplinary consultants and the field staff who are committed to the program. Sumithrayo was called to be a part of the Presidential Task Force in 1995 for preventing and minimizing suicide. When Sri Lanka recorded the highest number, this led Sumithrayo reaching out at a national level, providing education and awareness. Sumithrayo has been a shelter of hope for more than 500,000 people during the past 50 years, and the daily rate of face-to-face and telephone calls add up to approximately 30 callers. In addition, a dedicated team works with email befriending and WhatsApp befriending. Even though letters are now less, we still receive a few in our mailbox. This task would have not been possible if not for the dedicated volunteers, the backbone of the organization. 709 volunteers have provided their time at the Colombo Center during the past 50 years, and currently there are 80 volunteers operating 3 shifts per day, 21 shifts per week, all 365 days, from morning 9 to evening 8. The unrelenting force behind the past 50 years were these dedicated volunteers, some serving for more than 35 years. to those who are on probation serving for 7 months. A great strength of our center are the Friends of Sumithraya, who have been very kind enough to provide donations of every sort to run the center and pay the bills. We are much grateful for their thoughts and the contribution they make without any hesitation to support the organization. We are very glad to have honorary consultants of different fields who provide us with the expert knowledge to improve our befriending and provide a better service to society. We have expanded our services by supporting their other organizations, by providing outreach services to their staff and even families. Today, as we commemorate the 50th year of existence in the Sri Lankan soil in providing emotional support to those who are suicidal and lost, we wish that this service will continue to serve those in need of this support.